Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to episode 3 of the Diary of a Brand Owner. For those that have been staying in tune, thank you so much for your support. And for this fortnightly update, we're going to be talking a little bit about what we've been up to over the last 2 weeks. For those that watched episode 2, you might have recalled that we've actually taken a bit of a brand pivot when it comes to our business model and the brand direction. And that's something that my business partner and I have discussed over the last few weeks. And we've decided that we want to move towards being a content creating platform for Japanese and other anime inspired brands. So, what does that look like for Xenohaven? Initially, we started off as a clothing brand, but we actually found some success in our content creation. So, we wanted to make a pivot and focus more on this aspect purely because we are getting the traction, we are getting the eyeballs that we want. And for those that have small businesses or a business in this field, getting those eyeballs early on is something quite valuable. So we can actually provide that type of um, audience or that type of engagement through our platform. So that's sort of why we decided to take this approach. Now, as for the clothing brand, you guys might have remembered we were using print on demand. So that business model is still available and we're still utilizing that. But we decided that for this brand to last, we've got to make sure that we have a brand to stand on. And that's why we've decided to focus more on content creation and actually make a name for ourselves as a service that these other brands can utilize. So in order for that to work, we need to develop the relationship with these brands. And one thing that I learned from this process of connecting with these other brands is you have to first approach them in a relationship driven manner as opposed to a transactional driven manner. Because if you're just thinking about the transactions, you're not going to be able to develop a genuine relationship. And what I find to be most successful is if you have that genuine relationships. So for Xenohaven, we have created that relationship when we first started, and we maintained that relationship by staying in close contact with these other brands. And it makes a lot more simpler process when you then throw in this idea of collaboration versus just pitching them without having that relationship built initially. So I think that's one thing that I picked up, and maybe a bit of value for you guys when you're doing your outreach messages for collaborations. And I think with this direction, we can definitely make headways into our business. And alongside changing our direction, we've also opened up another interview series. So for you guys, you might have realized that we came up with another series interviewing people on their Japanese travel experiences. And we're calling this series, What Should I Do in Japan? And the reason why we decided to go with this name is Australians love to visit Japan, and we notice that in our everyday lives. We see people getting excited for their Japan trip, and they want to maximize their time in Japan. So we have brought this new interview series to showcase to our audience or people that are looking to travel to Japan an opportunity to learn from people who have been there and actually learn the best experiences that they can have when they visit Japan themselves. So this interview series will be able to showcase why people travel to Japan. And it's just going to be a fun interview series that we launch. And hopefully you guys get some inspiration for your itinerary when you do decide to visit Japan. And alongside the interview series, we will continue to launch our anime-related interview. We have found some success in this interview series, so we'll continue to do so. And overall, guys, if you want to be a part of the Xenohaven community, you can definitely subscribe to this YouTube channel. It would mean a lot. And even if you have any feedback or comment, you can drop them down below. We're always striving to become better. And we want to become a brand that you guys want to be associated with. So for all the Xenos out there, for all the entrepreneurs or gaijins out there, you can definitely connect with this brand, because we're still going to be continuing to make foreign travel driven content, and that's sort of the direction that we want to take Xenohaven. So if you guys want to be a part of that, don't forget to give us a follow. But thank you for staying tuned with this series, and we'll see you guys at the next episode. Christo out.